96. How to realize our potential as spiritual beings. Life is filled with a great paradox. That is, the more we become self-actuated, self-indulgent and self-motivated, the more selfish and unhappy we become. But we cannot fulfill our spiritual nature by being selfish. Life, for all of us, is a spiritual journey with many ups and downs. We don't just go forward, we sometimes go backwards and we even fall backwards. Yet, we must redouble our efforts to go forward. A spiritual journey is never ending and it has many twists and turns. Even if we fall sometimes, or falter, we should still always get up and persist in continuing with our journey. We must always be aware that we are spiritual beings and always assume responsibility to improve ourselves. A human being, by nature, wants to change the world. We want to make sure that we should not just live, but strive to make a difference. We know that because of our spiritual nature, we want to leave our mark on the world. We want to make the world a better place. We live in order to better ourselves and to better the future. We all live in 6 dimensions: north, east, south, west, up and down. But there is also a 7th dimension, the spiritual dimension. In order to be a spiritual being, we have to assume responsibility for ourselves and for others. The word responsibility means to respond to the challenges at hand. We cannot act selfishly, because, if we act selfishly, we will be filled with depression and then we will not be able to fulfill our spiritual nature. When we shirk our responsibilities, we cannot function as proper human beings. We lose out on spirituality. In order to become complete, we need to assume responsibility for others and ourselves to fulfill our potential. We also constantly have to improve ourselves and realize that our actions have consequences. We must always moderate our ideals with compassion. If our life is filled with spiritual values, then only we will understand the importance of mercy, compassion, love, dedication and devotion. According to Judaism, spirituality is a process of personal transformation. Spiritual wellness is a personal matter involving values and beliefs that provide purpose and guidance for our living. It is generally considered to be search for meaning and purpose in human existence, leading one to strive for a state of harmony with oneself and others while working to balance inner needs with the rest of the world. Spiritual wellness involves meditation, prayer, affirmation, repentance, charity, compassion, mercy, kindness, capacity for love and forgiveness and tolerance. It is our moral responsibility and our joy to give this spiritual uplift to the world. The most important requirement in order to be a spiritual being is to realize that we have to continually improve. People who live just in the present usually are miserable. They cannot deal and cope with life because they have no vision of where they are going. They have no goals to work for, and these goals have to be goals that are not selfish but goals that are good for us, our family, community and the world, generally. Let us all hope that we will assume responsibility for ourselves, for our family, for our country and the world.